Brittany here. I own Be Elevated, which is a launching and business operations agency. We work with multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses all over the world to get their digital services and products launched and out the door in 7 days. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already and give us a thumbs up. Really helps support the channel and let us know what you're liking. Today, I want to talk to you about the difference between a live launch versus an evergreen launch. All right. Let's chat strategy. A typical strategy that we would follow for a live launch would consist of a roughly 60-day ramp-up period. Now, a ramp-up period basically just means the time that you're spending warming your audience up. Typically for a live launch, you're gonna have a nice warm audience already for this offer by the time you come to open the doors. Now, the way that we do that is by offering incentives, right? We wanna get people on your list. So about 60 days out, we're gonna release some sort of free opt-in. This is going to obviously pull people in to get on your list. Now we know they're a warm lead for this upcoming offer, but we don't just want to add them to the list and then never talk to them. We want to put them into a strategic nurture sequence. What does that mean? It basically just means that they opt into this free offer, and then over the course of the next 60 days leading up to your launch, they are going to receive, let's say, 2 emails a week that are very strategic with value, quick wins, showing your authority, and really getting them ready and prepped and primed for purchasing the offer when it comes available. Now, leading up to the launch, you're probably going to be actually announcing the launch, what it is, pricing, bonuses, when it's available, about 3 weeks prior to the launch. Around this time, if you're launching a course, this would be a great opportunity to release a free piece of the course. So this may be a lesson, it may not be a course, it may just be another free opt-in that you would offer, but it would be really great to give another incentive to get people on your list and put them into a nurture sequence as well. Now, leading up to a live launch, we have what's called a conversion event. This is another free event that people can opt into and attend live. Now, the goal here is to get people to purchase right then and there. So what we do is, let's say your cart is opening on a Tuesday. So the Thursday prior to your cart opening, you're hosting a live webinar, okay? And you're gonna pitch your offer at the end of that webinar, and you're going to open the doors early on that Thursday to everybody who signed up for the webinar. You're not only going to do that, you're also going to offer an incentive for them to purchase before the doors open publicly. So you're going to give them a fast action bonus. So a fast action bonus is going to be something like a discount or an extra bonus of something, but basically it's a special incentive that the public launchers won't have available to them. So they have, let's say, until Sunday to get this bonus, and then you open cart on Tuesday. We'll open the cart for 7 to 10 days, releasing various pieces of information throughout those 7 to 10 days very strategically to get people to join and really push that sense of urgency. Now let's talk evergreen funnels. This is a totally different ball game. Now, I think a lot of times, again, people think we can just say it's available forever and everyone's gonna buy all the time, but that's not the case. With an evergreen funnel, or an evergreen launch, I should say, we have to take a pretty different strategy approach. Now, a lot of the same things are going to need to be created: landing pages, sales page, emails, automations, so on and so forth. But the strategy and the way that we do it is a bit different. Here's an example of how this could work. Let's say we have a course that is available evergreen. So let's say that there's a free lesson from the course, that free piece that we have released. It's performed really well. We know people love it and want to convert from it. So that's gonna be the detonation point. That is where people are going to enter the funnel. From there, they're gonna get put into a nurture sequence. This nurture sequence could be 3 days, could be 5 days, could be 2 weeks. It so depends, but you'll have a nurture sequence, and then from there, you're going to have an upsell sequence. So the goal is to nurture them, provide value, give them a quick win, show them that you know what you're talking about and that they really need your offer. Then you have an upsell sequence where you can say, hey, we've got this amazing offer for you. If you've been loving this content, this is for you. So how do you get people to purchase? Again, you typically need some sort of sense of urgency. Otherwise, in the client's mind, they're just going to think, well, I can come back and buy this at any time, so maybe not right now. So how do we do this? We either give them a discount or a deadline. Now, both of these have a deadline, but what I mean by that is you either are saying you're gonna get 25% off for the next 48 hours or 5 days or however long it is, and then you give them a discount code and they have those amount of days to utilize it, or you're saying this offer expires in however many days, and then you can utilize something like deadline funnel to lock them out of being able to actually purchase that until you maybe open it publicly or something like that. Now, let's say somebody goes through this whole sequence, they don't buy a thing, then what do you do with them? Well, what I love to do is throw them into a bit of a downsell sequence at the very end. Let's say you have some templates that you sell, or maybe a mini course that would still be relevant to these leads. You can then say at the last couple emails of the sequence, hey, that offer wasn't for you. I've got something else in case you want it. This needs to be significantly lower in price point so that we can be, again, an easy downsell as opposed to an upsell, getting them to buy something else. We're just selling down. But that's a nice little strategy, right? This is just an example, but this is something that you can utilize as a strategy to build out an evergreen funnel. Something to note here. Typically, when you launch an evergreen funnel, you will have had 1 to 3 live launches previously. Now, this is because we want to make sure that the traffic we're putting into your sales funnel is going to convert. Now, if we utilize different data and emails and content that we've already created for a live launch and know how it converts, then when we put it into the sales funnel, it's not going to be as much of a guessing game. Sometimes you really just don't know how your audience will convert until you put them through the funnel. Occasionally, we do launch something that is evergreen without a live launch, but it's not as common. So I would highly encourage you to do a live launch or 2 or 3 to make sure that your conversion rates are really solid. AKA, we would love a 5 to 10% or higher even conversion rate from your warm leads. Then when you put cold traffic through it, it's probably going to convert around 3 to 5% ideally. All right, I hope this was helpful for you. I would love to hear any questions you have around launching. Again, we have a launching agency, so I do this all day long. I could talk about it all day, and I would love to hear from you. I would love to connect with you as well over on Instagram at Brittany Annette, or our business Instagram at BeElevatedInc, and you can find out more about what we do at BeElevatedInc.com.